Welcome, viewers. Today we explore the dark truth behind the legend of Alexander the Great. He defeated the Persian Empire, forging a vast realm across 3 continents at a very young age. Yet hidden ancient records reveal a ruthless tyrant who burned great cities and completely purged his closest friends. Was he a brilliant, noble savior spreading light? Or a ruthless monster driven by pure and unchecked madness? Step back into the battle-scarred sands of history to witness the chilling duality of his reign. The story begins in Macedonia, where a young prince claimed the royal throne at just 20 years old. Alexander radiated pure confidence, bearing the heavy hopes of a proud warrior nation. He very quickly silenced local rebellions, proving his absolute dominance through swift and brutal tactics. Driven by endless and fierce ambition, he launched a massive invasion against the mighty Persian Empire. His phalanx formations marched forward, their long spears creating an impenetrable wall of deadly bronze. At the Granicus River, he charged directly into the enemy lines, risking his own life for glory. His fearless leadership inspired the troops, forging an unbreakable bond of absolute, fierce loyalty. The legend grew rapidly as he shattered every defense, marching deeper into ancient, unknown lands. King Darius III of Persia watched in sheer terror as his massive armies collapsed completely. At the Battle of Issus, the Persian emperor abandoned his men and fled the chaotic battlefield. Alexander seized the royal treasures, claiming the ultimate title of Lord of Asia for himself. He proudly marched to Egypt, where the people hailed him not as a conqueror, but as a living, breathing god. He built the grand city of Alexandria, a shining beacon of culture, science, and vast knowledge. Many historians argue that he sought to unite the world, blending Eastern and Western traditions. But shadows lurked behind this golden image, as absolute power began to corrupt his brilliant mind. Was his constant need for conquest a noble mission, or just an unquenchable thirst for total dominance? Dark records show his terrifying wrath spared absolutely no one who dared to question his supreme rule. When the city of Thebes rebelled, he offered no mercy, choosing a path of total, brutal destruction. His soldiers decimated thousands of innocent civilians, selling the survivors into brutal slavery. The glorious liberator was slowly fading, replaced by a paranoid dictator who demanded worship. He adopted foreign ways, forcing proud Macedonian veterans to bow before his royal throne. Quiet whispers of treason echoed through the dark military camps, breeding fear and deep, bitter resentment. The turning point came at Persepolis, the magnificent, beating heart of the ancient Persian world. In a drunken rage, he ordered his men to burn the majestic Persian palaces to the very ground. Priceless art and history turned to ash, fully destroying the legacy of a great civilization. The bright flames of Persepolis revealed the terrifying monster hiding beneath his golden armor. How could a visionary leader justify the mindless destruction of this beautiful capital? The ancient chroniclers wept for the lost royal treasures, cursing the name of the unstoppable conqueror. Yet his pure military genius remained unmatched, guiding his weary troops through deadly mountain passes. He adapted to brutal warfare in Bactria, crushing warlords with cold, calculated precision. But the chaotic battlefield was no longer his primary concern. The greatest threats now came from his own camp. Paranoia consumed his mind, leading to the tragic betrayal of his most loyal general. Parmenion, the veteran commander of his early victories, was silenced without a trial. The brutal purge silenced all opposition, leaving his terrified soldiers marching in total silence. During a royal banquet, a drunken argument erupted between the king and his brave friend Cleitus. Cleitus criticized his arrogance, reminding him of the Macedonian sacrifices for his crown. Blinded by violent rage, Alexander seized a spear and abruptly ended his loyal friend's life. The great king suddenly collapsed in tears of bitter regret, but the horrific deed could never be undone. He bravely conquered the world, but completely failed to conquer the dark, violent demons within his own soul. As they marched toward the mysterious lands of India, the climate grew harsh, wet, and unforgiving. Fierce and powerful Indian kings deployed massive war elephants, beasts that terrified the battle-hardened Greeks. At the Hydaspes River, Alexander planned his most brilliant and complex tactical masterpiece. He secretly crossed the raging waters, launching a devastating attack on the enemy forces. Giant elephants trampled soldiers into the mud, creating scenes of unimaginable horror. Despite heavy losses, the phalanx held their ground and finally secured a very costly victory. However, this brutal and fierce triumph pushed his exhausted, wounded army to the absolute breaking point. Relentless and heavy monsoon rains battered their bodies, spreading deadly diseases through the dark, flooded camps. They marched thousands of miles from home, fighting continuous, devastating wars for 8 agonizing years. The troops mutinied at the Hyphasis River, absolutely refusing to march a single step further. Alexander pleaded, threatened, and isolated himself in his royal tent, but the soldiers stood firm. Ancient legends claim the great conqueror wept, simply because there were no more worlds left for him to fully conquer. Was this the sorrow of a visionary bringing peace, or the greedy frustration of a massive ego? Scholars argue his ambition had morphed into a toxic obsession, detached from all harsh reality. Forced to turn back, he chose a deadly route through the scorching sands of the harsh Gedrosian Desert. This catastrophic decision doomed tens of thousands of loyal men, women, and tired camp followers. The blistering sun cooked them alive, while severe dehydration drove the desperate soldiers to madness. Royal and priceless treasures were buried in the sand, and the weak were simply left behind to slowly and painfully die. It was no glorious campaign, but a senseless, tragic march, driven entirely by his wounded royal pride. He lost far more soldiers in that barren wasteland than in all of his major battles against the enemy. Emerging slowly from the sand, the golden hero was completely gone, replaced by a broken and paranoid man. The vast empire he built was a fragile illusion, held together only by the sheer terror of his name. In Babylon, his massive dreams of conquest were cut short by a sudden and highly mysterious fever. The invincible king lay sweating in bed, stripped of his glory, gasping for his final, painful breaths. Standing by his deathbed, would you simply pity the hero, or curse the cruel tyrant who burned the entire world? Left without a clear heir, his most ruthless generals gathered like hungry wolves, plotting for absolute power. To the strongest, he allegedly whispered, sparking 4 decades of brutal, devastating civil war. The Macedonian Empire shattered instantly, proving military might cannot build a lasting peace. Entire grand dynasties were erased, including his young son, purged to secure new political borders. Alexander left a vastly changed world, deeply saturated in Greek culture and tragic conflict. Deep in the grand halls of Western history, he is praised as the ultimate icon of human achievement. Yet the ancient Zoroastrian priests remember him as the accursed agent of pure destruction. He completely destroyed the ancient order with unmatched brilliance, yet failed to construct any stable replacement. The great cities he burned never recovered, leaving deep scars that echo through the silent ruins of the East. He achieved immortality, but the terrible price was paid by the millions who perished in his wake. His story warns us: absolute ambition without compassion leads only to cold ash and endless sorrow. The Golden King finally passed away, leaving a vast, shattered empire devoid of strong, lasting leadership. His most trusted commanders quickly betrayed each other, tearing all the conquered lands into broken pieces. The proud royal dynasty was quickly erased, consumed by the dark, raging flames of pure, endless ambition. A totally new Greek age began, built directly on the silent, dark ashes of broken ancient Eastern cities. His glorious name was etched in heavy stone, celebrated in the West as a truly flawless hero. Grieving Eastern mothers strongly cursed his cruel existence for many long, painful generations. He was a true master of brutal warfare, shaping the known world with cold, unparalleled precision. But winning massive battles is vastly different from ruling a truly peaceful and stable kingdom. He completely destroyed the once mighty Persian Empire, only to replace it with a dark, chaotic void. The libraries of the East lost invaluable ancient texts to the raging fires of his massive greed. The great palaces of Persepolis still stand today as dark, haunting ruins of his deep, pure madness. Modern scholars deeply debate if his final vision was a truly unified and global human state. They highlight his marriages to noble Persian women as clear proof of his grand, progressive mindset. He fiercely trained young Eastern boys in the brutal arts of Greek warfare to quickly build a fully blended army. But was this true unity, or just a calculated move to quickly replenish his dying, weak forces? The conquered populations were strictly taxed to directly fund his endless, violent military wars. Local traditions were openly mocked, violently crushed under the heavy boots of the Greek soldiers. His unexpected, sudden death left a dark, massive power vacuum that swallowed the ancient civilized world. The incredibly selfish generals ruthlessly carved the map, creating new, fragile empires born from endless war. Ptolemy boldly seized rich Egypt, while Seleucus claimed the vast, wealthy ruins of the dead Persian domain. This tragic and violent fracture proved that true, lasting peace cannot simply be forged by the sharp edge of a sword. His tactical genius was incredibly bright, deeply studied by commanders for many centuries. Caesar allegedly wept at his grand statue, feeling deeply inferior to the young, golden god. Napoleon admired his bold, strict logistics, treating his epic campaigns as a purely divine art. But to the innocent victims of his endless, brutal wrath, he was simply an unstoppable, violent force. He forcefully broke the old, strict boundaries, pushing mankind into a completely new, very dark chapter. We all must carefully look past the shining, romantic myths to truly observe the deeply flawed, human core. His story is a chilling reminder of the heavy, destructive cost of absolute, unchecked power. The bright, shining golden armor quickly rusted, but the dark, tragic stains of pure history remain forever. We gaze upon the vast, broken ruins, deeply wondering if true greatness requires such immense suffering. He was a bright god to the proud Greeks, but a truly terrifying demon to the broken, defeated East. The grand title of Great was entirely paid for with the silent, painful screams of millions of innocents. Even his famous royal horse died during the truly brutal completely exhausting, epic campaigns. He bravely sought the final edges of the earth, only to find the strict, absolute limits of human endurance. No single mortal man, no matter how gifted, can truly carry the heavy, crushing weight of the whole wide world. His ultimate legacy is a sharp, double-edged sword, shining brightly, but dripping with very dark, toxic venom. It deeply forces us to question the strict, true nature of raw glory, pure power, and human remembrance. Is any man truly great if his bold, high achievements are strictly built on the broken lives of his enemies? The burnt Persian ruins and the hot Indian sands truly offer a very grim and completely dark answer. As the sun set on Babylon, the greatest ancient empire rapidly began to fracture and crumble. The dream of unity dissolved into the sad reality of endless greed and absolute pure vanity. History remembers him not for the lasting peace he built, but for the magnificent storm he truly was. A storm that violently reshaped the earth, but left behind nothing but scattered debris and deep sorrow. And so we leave the battle-scarred sands of time, haunted by the striking duality of the great ancient king. He was the ultimate conqueror, a tragic hero who completely lost his soul to his own brilliant myth. In the end, the famous Alexander stands alone, a towering giant in a vast field of fallen shields. A dark warning to mankind that completely unchecked ambition will always bring absolute, total ruin. His massive, once great empire crumbled to dust, leaving a complex legacy that sparks fierce debates today. Were his endless wars the acts of a ruthless tyrant, or the sacrifices of a great visionary? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. Hit the like button and subscribe to our channel for more epic history.